Hannah Arendt was a brilliant German-American philosopher. She was known for her sharp insights on politics and totalitarianism. Imagine a world where governments control every aspect of life. That's what Arendt studied. She wanted to understand how these regimes come to power. One of her most chilling observations was this: the seed of totalitarian government is not the brutality of rulers, but the contempt for what you have, for yourself, among the ruled. Let's break down this powerful statement. Arendt believed that dictators don't just seize power, they exploit existing anger and frustration. When people despise their lives and their society, they become vulnerable to extreme solutions. This contempt, this deep dissatisfaction, is the fertile ground where totalitarian regimes take root. It's a potent brew of resentment, envy, and the burning desire for something completely different, no matter the cost. Contempt for what you have is a powerful emotion. It's more than just wanting a bigger TV or a faster car. It's a deep-seated belief that your life, your community, your entire system is fundamentally flawed. This discontent can stem from various sources: economic hardship, social inequality, political oppression, or even a perceived loss of status or identity. When people feel unheard, ignored, or left behind, the allure of radical change grows stronger. Imagine living in a society where the gap between the rich and poor is vast. You work tirelessly, yet you can barely make ends meet. Meanwhile, the elite seem to live in a different world, detached from your struggles. This disparity can breed resentment and a yearning for a system that promises equality, even if it comes at a hefty price. Discontent alone isn't enough to birth a totalitarian regime. It needs a catalyst, the seductive promise of change at any cost. Totalitarian movements thrive on this dangerous idea. They offer simple solutions to complex problems. They scapegoat entire groups, blaming them for society's ills. And they paint a utopian vision of the future, a world transformed by their ideology. These promises are often vague and unrealistic, but their emotional appeal is undeniable, especially to those who feel desperate for change. The idea of a clean slate, a fresh start, can be intoxicating, even if it means sacrificing freedom and individual rights. Masters of manipulation: how totalitarian regimes exploit discontent. Totalitarian leaders are masters of manipulation. They understand the power of fear, anger, and resentment. They exploit these emotions to turn people against each other and against the existing order. They use propaganda to spread their message, controlling information and suppressing dissent. They create an atmosphere of suspicion and paranoia, encouraging people to inform on their neighbors. And they use violence and intimidation to silence opposition. Think of a charismatic leader with a booming voice and a talent for captivating crowds. He rallies people against a common enemy, blaming them for all their problems. He promises a glorious future if they follow him, but warns of dire consequences if they resist. This manipulation can sway even the most rational minds, especially when fear and uncertainty cloud their judgment. From whispers to war cries, building a movement of millions. Totalitarian regimes don't emerge overnight. They start with whispers of discontent which gradually grow louder, fueled by propaganda and manipulation. Leaders identify and exploit existing divisions within society, turning neighbor against neighbor. They create a narrative of us versus them, painting themselves as saviors and their opponents as enemies of the people. This narrative is often based on fear, hatred, and prejudice, targeting minorities, intellectuals, or anyone deemed a threat to their power. Imagine a society where books, art, and music are censored. Schools and universities become tools of indoctrination. Independent thought is discouraged and conformity is rewarded. This systematic suppression of dissent creates an environment where totalitarian ideas can flourish. Echoes of the past. Historical examples of totalitarianism in action. History is littered with tragic examples of totalitarian regimes. Nazi Germany, Stalinist Russia, Maoist China, each rose to power by exploiting the discontent of its people. Hitler capitalized on the economic chaos and social unrest of post-World War I Germany, blaming Jews, communists, and other groups for the nation's woes. Stalin used his control of the Communist Party to eliminate rivals and consolidate power, creating a climate of fear and paranoia. Mao launched the Cultural Revolution to purge China of capitalist and traditional elements, leading to widespread violence and persecution. These regimes, though different in their ideologies and methods, shared a common thread. They all exploited the vulnerability of a discontented populace, promising change and delivering tyranny. Hannah Arendt's exposure of totalitarianism was groundbreaking. Her work shed light on the mechanisms and dangers of totalitarian regimes, influencing political thought and public awareness. Arendt's analysis remains a crucial reference for understanding the complexities and threats posed by totalitarianism in the modern world. Arendt's seminal work, The Origins of Totalitarianism, delves into the roots and structures of these regimes, offering a profound look at how they manipulate mass movements and exploit social discontent. Her insights into the use of propaganda, the role of ideology, and the erosion of individual freedoms continue to resonate today. Arendt emphasized that totalitarianism is not just a relic of the past, but a persistent threat that can emerge in any society, especially in times of crisis and uncertainty. Her warnings serve as a powerful reminder of the importance of vigilance, critical thinking, and the defense of democratic values. As we reflect on the historical examples we've discussed, Arendt's work challenges us to remain aware of the signs of totalitarianism and to act against it before it takes root. Her legacy is a beacon for those who strive to understand and prevent the rise of oppressive regimes. In the next section of the upcoming video, we will explore how modern societies can safeguard against the dangers of totalitarianism and foster a culture of resilience and resistance. Tune in and join us for the next video. We look forward to seeing you, and until then, take care of yourselves and each other.